Good morning, folks. Guess what time it is? It's another episode of Krystal McSkeez's Schmoke sessions. And 'tis I, Krystal McSkeez's. I was gonna go to the gym right now, but I forgot I have a fucking interview at fucking 9:30. And I just don't know. I think I'll just push it off until tonight because today, you guys, I am getting my fucking eyebrows graphed. Yeah, so that way I can have thank you. That way I can have eyebrows that aren't, look, I feel like they're straight lines, right? A straight line. So my friend is gonna fix that for me, and I'm very excited about it. I don't even know if there's enough hair on these eyebrows right now. But I feel like there should be. I see my one gray hair on my head right here. One gray eyebrow hair because I'm an old ass bitch. So yeah. So I woke up this morning to a fucking 4 paragraphs of accusations and falsehoods and a person who cannot take any accountability for themselves. And all I have to say to that is, gosh, you must be so fucking miserable and live in a land of delusion. Literally, my fucking ex and Ray's ex live in the same land of delusion. We just had this conversation. My ex so my kids tell me that my ex fucking watches videos of me delivering and giving birth and all of these things with them. I'm like, oh, we've seen the video. And I'm like, why is that creep playing those fucking videos? And of course, after every fucking labor and delivery, and our child's alive, we're crying, we're kissing, we're hugging each other, all of these things. And it's why are you showing them those videos? That's weird. And how about you give me those videos so I can have those memories? Thank you very much. Because I don't. Because I fucking don't. So that's the thing. I wish I knew what time my fucking mailman was coming today, because I really could use a delivery. Yeah, so hold on. Okay, I did not buy alcohol yesterday, so I forgot to clean this. So anyways, it's just a bunch of fucking shit, and it's just gosh. He says all of these things, and I'm like, you don't even take care of our children. You don't. And you wanted to change the schedule because every Friday night you had the kids, but when you realized that gave you leeway and leverage over me and stopped and prevented me from doing the things that I wanted to do with the kids, then you were like, oh, it's fine. I'll have them every Friday. It's not a big deal. It's great. Friday, he has them Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday morning, and gives them back to me at 10. And I'm just I remember when I read that, and I'm like, hey, so, you're going to have them every weekend, right? Every Friday night, is that okay with you? And he was like, he didn't say shit. And then 2 weeks later, he was like, I don't even get a break, blah, 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 every Friday night. And I'm like, yeah, I know this, sir. And when I said it, he went in one ear and out the other. Now that you're saying it, I have to come to attention and be like, oh, you're right, let's fix this. And that was back in November, right? It's about to be May. He gives me these bullshit ass little fucking, oh my lawyer, this. I haven't gotten any fucking letters from anyone saying that they fucking represent him. And he literally just lies. He just lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. Because he's a liar. And that's what he does. And it's yeah, no, I see through your bullshit. I should have stuck to my instincts and not responded to him. And when I told Raymond about it, he's like, don't respond. And I didn't even tell him that I already did. There was a good solid 5 minutes where I let it go. And then I was like, dude, let me fucking just respond to you. Why? Because my fucking daughter came to my house after being with him for 5 days with a fucking rash on her fucking vagina. And fucking dirt in her crevices. And I'm just like, who the fuck is watching them? Who is taking care of them? Who is showering them? Why does my 5-year-old daughter or 6-year-old daughter have a fucking rash on her fucking snatch? Why? No one pays attention to them. They just, I don't know. It's so fucking stupid. But it's dude, I do shit with my kids. We go on fucking adventures. We go places we've never been. We fucking get out of the house. We don't just go watch movies and eat fucking food. We go places so we can fucking learn and discover and have life experiences, right? My ex can't offer that. And for as outdoorsy as my ex used to claim he was, oh, I used to do all these hikes. I used to ride my bike 30 miles, all of these things. He doesn't do shit now. Now he's just a big fucking fat, lazy, fucking balding, fucking midlife crisis, 40-year-old fucking dude. And it's like, that's fine. He can be whatever you want to be. After 4 years of living in the same place, you would think that he would strive to change his life. You think that he would want to give his kids their own space, not be all fucking cooped up living in the fucking house with his sister and his fucking mom. But he doesn't. He has zero ambitions. Am I talking shit about you, Dyer? 100%. Are any of these falsehoods and lies? No. It's fucking real. I lived at Stella's house for 2 fucking years, and that was enough for me. I fucking applied for low-income housing, all of these things, and if I would have stayed at Stella's house, I would have got my own apartment for low-income housing. Why? Because I'm putting in effort. Because I cannot live with... Because I need to raise my kids on my fucking terms, not on my mom's terms, my grandma's fucking terms, anyone else's fucking terms. Like, fuck. But my ex just doesn't want that. Why? Because if he has his own place, that means he has to come home straight after work. He has to make dinner for the kids. He has to take care of them. He has to bathe them. He has to get them ready for fucking school. All of these things. And he doesn't want to do that. Because he's never done that ever. He has I'm 35. I'm 35. Turning 36. That means she's had a 25-year-old daughter. And guess what he did for her? Nothing. Fucking nothing. Hold on. I don't know why it has to be like that, you guys. Why it can't just be right in the middle instead of a fucking boof torch. So yeah, I just woke up to a bunch of bullshit this morning, and I'm just like, dude, take me to fucking court. Take me to fucking court. Take me to court so we can show all of the history and all of the transactions and all of the conversations and all the times I'm talking to myself for weeks because my ex doesn't feel like he needs to fucking reply to me. And it's like, God, you're a fucking child. I honestly wish I would have reached out to Marcella before I started dating you, just to confirm and like corroborate the stories, right? Like, oh, well, he says you did X, Y, and Z. And she's like, oh no, he actually did X, Y, and Z to me. It's like, he's a psychopath. I need to not be with him. Would have fucking changed my whole fucking life. But of course, you get with someone and you believe the person you're with. You believe that their partner was toxic. You believe that their partner was all of these things, right? And that they had nothing to do with it. And it's funny because with Raymond, I fucking told him a few times, I'm like, so why did you guys break up and what was the reason? He was like, it was mutual. And I'm like, well, if it was a mutual thing, then why is she still in love with you? And why is she still so fucking mad? And then it's funny because I hear the stories from Mama Rose and fucking Pat and fucking the neighbors and fucking our friends and our friends' moms and all of these things, right? And it's like, yeah, no, Ray wasn't the problem. He just wasn't. Ray was the person that was taking the abuse. Ray was the person that was like me, that was just trying to make it work. And you can't make it work with a person who is a narcissistic piece of shit. Big facts. So that was a thing. That was a thing. And I'm glad that Ray and I found ourselves. One of the last things I actually told Jessica was like, I feel so bad that Ray had to put up with you for so long. And it's the same for me, dude. 11 years of my life, from 19 to 31 years old, I spent with this person who just like, if I was still with Dyer right now, it would be exactly the same. When we broke up and he got a job and started working, he was like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to give you all the things that you want, all of these things. And he was doing a really good job of showing it, but I've already fallen for that before. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, fuck you. So that is the thing. And I mean, it just took me so long to see who he truly was. My mom tried to tell me. My grandparents tried to tell me. My aunt tried to tell me. My aunt in New Hampshire was like, dude, he's really controlling, and the fact that he won't let you, like, come out without there being issues, like, it's not okay. Everyone told me that I was so caught up in my own ego. I was so caught up in trying to prove that, hey, Stella, I'm better than you. Because you were married and divorced 3 times and have 2 babies' dads. I'll be married once, have 1 fucking baby's dad, and fucking that's it. Gosh. And Killian told me, because I told my kids that they can't have kids until they travel to 4 countries. And Killian's like, did you travel to 4 countries? I'm like, nope, I only went to 2. And then he was like, oh, he was just like, so you want us to go to 4 so we don't make the same mistakes you did? Literally, he said that. And I'm like, pretty much, Mr. Man. And I'm like, that's why you guys can't have kids until you're 40. Because I was even talking to this dude at the gym. I was like trying to figure out this fucking like machine or at the gym, and this guy saw me struggling for like 2 minutes. He's like, can I help you? And I'm like, yeah, it's all good, right? And then he helped me, and then we were talking, and he was like, yeah, my daughter's the first one to graduate from college. And I'm like, yeah, me too, actually. I was like, I wasn't the first one to graduate from high school, and I'm like, but I was the first one to go to college and get a degree, a certificate, or whatever the fuck. And he's like, yeah. He's like, you know, he's like, I had my daughter when I was 15, and, you know, it's been rough. He's like, I just don't want my kids. He has a daughter that's just graduated college, a daughter that's a freshman in college, and then a daughter that's a freshman in high school. And he and I were just talking about, like, how we don't want them to relive our life, right? And how they need to adventure. And I'm like, yeah, because once you see the world, then you realize you don't need kids. You just need money to continue to see the world. Like, my ex went to fucking Argentina. You think once he was out there, he could have stayed out there? No, because he fucking realized he couldn't handle being a fucking adult with another adult woman and came right back to me. I should have been stronger and said no. Because guess what? I actually had money in my fucking bank account at the time. It was crazy. I remember thinking, like, wow, I'm single. I have money in my bank account. Like, this is great, right? It's just me. It was just me and Presley at the time. And I super enjoyed it. Super fucking, like, it was nice to be able to come and go as I pleased and to take Presley places and not have to worry about, like, my ex bitching about something. So, that was nice. But, yeah, I don't know. If I was going to leave my whole fucking family and go to a different country, I'd probably make it last longer than a month. It just goes to show that he has no real commitment and no real dedication. He basically uses people until he gets what he wants. And then when he realizes it's not what he wants, then he has to go crawling back. I don't have time for that. I may have went back to you and fucked you a few times after we fucking broke up, but I knew it was never going to be Dyer and Krystal again. I knew that my kids were going to grow up in a broken home. I just thought you'd make it easier on them. Seriously. Because it's not like you really fucking ever loved me or ever wanted to fucking be with me anyways, you fucking asshole. So why don't you stop with your bullshit? Remember all the things you told me, right? Remember all the, well, we're just doing it for the kids. We're just doing it for Presley. Like, you know, I didn't plan on having kids with you. This is just what happened. Like, yeah, no. And ladies, if a man tells you that, believe him. Don't try to make things work, and don't give your fucking soul away for the next 10 fucking years while you try to make something come to be that never was meant to be. Oh, what is that fucking song? What is and what never will be by Led Zeppelin? Yeah, dude. It's what it was, and it never will be, ever in life. And I hope in my next fucking life to never come in contact with your spirit or soul. Straight up. And your girlfriend must be just as fucking twisted and manipulated and as hurt as I was when I was fucking 18 or 19, because I don't know how she doesn't see through it. And I just tried to help her. But, you know, like I said, you bitches always believe their boyfriends. right? And they never want to believe, maybe their ex or maybe their new boyfriend is actually a shit human being, and that's why he doesn't stay in relationships. Ask yourself, bitch, why did this man's mother of 3, right, that he's been with for 11 years, just decide to get up and leave? Why did she do that? She moved her entire life, not once, not twice, but 3 times for him. She left everything she fucking knew to go make this man happy, to please and satisfy him just so he could love her a little bit more. And when she asked for love and she didn't get it, and then she finally left, he was like, well, I had to put up this wall because, I had to keep you here and all of these things. And it's like, no, bud, that's not how it works. It's not how it works. So, yeah. Did end up making it. So enough about him. Your 15 minutes of watching me, you can now turn off my video because I have nothing else to fucking say about you. You're a shit human. You're a fucking shit dad. You always have been since your first child. You were pretty okay for Presley only because I was taking care of you. And you know what makes me really fucking sad? What makes me really sad, and I thought about it the other day, because I have my Facebook that's been around for fucking 15 years. There's always pictures of my ex and the kids. There's so many of them. But there's none of me and my kids. Because there was never a time where he would look at me and our children and be like, I want to capture this moment forever. And I didn't think it really bothered me. Until now, I see the pictures of my kids and their dad, and I'm just like, I have none. I have none. I don't have any pictures of me and Presley. I have pictures that I took of Presley. I don't have any pictures of me and Presley. I don't have any pictures of me and even Killian. None of them, in my lap or anything. And it makes me really sad because I know if I was with Raymond takes pictures of me all the time. He takes videos of me all the time. He tells me all the time. He tells me all the time how beautiful I am. And how much he loves me and how sexy I am and all of these things. And he proves it, and it goes to show he really feels that way, because sometimes I'll be on his phone sending myself pictures that I knew I took on his phone. Because sometimes I'll just grab his phone when I feel pretty in a moment and just start taking selfies, and then he'll post them later, look at my beautiful wife when she takes photo shoots on my phone. And then I'll be scrolling looking for those pictures, and then I'll just see random pictures of myself. Random pictures of myself fucking smiling or eating or doing anything. And I am thankful that he sees me like that. That he thinks I'm worth capturing. Because I am. I am not an ugly bitch. Might be a fat bitch, but I'm not an ugly one. And my ex just always made me feel so gross about myself. Granted, I was definitely heavier when I was with him, but obviously That's because we didn't do shit ever in our lives. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't do things. We just, like, I don't know. And then whenever we did do things, there was always drugs involved, and it was just like, I don't know. It's not like that anymore for me. And I'm thankful for Raymond for that. Sometimes Raymond just wants me to let loose with him, and I can't. Because someone has to be the responsible one, right? But he loves me. And that's more than I could ever say. And he fell in love with me after our first weekend together. Like, before that, we were just like a month of phone conversations and a month of chatting and like a month of commuting or chatting on our way to work, on our commute, like just all of these things, right? Like, we really got to know each other, and there was laughter and there was jokes and there was like, oh, okay, you're funny, like, you know, like, and there was genuine smiles, and like, it was great. Like, I got all of his attention. He gave me everything. And nothing is worth me ever losing him. We all make mistakes. I even broke up with him, actually. Because I was just so tired of being alone. I was tired of only having that feeling of happiness and completion when I was with him. And then he asked me to marry him. And then he moved up here. And then he got us a house. And then we lived together for a year, and it was incredible. And then he got us a house. And all of these things. And I know that if I would have had kids with Raymond, there would have been so many pictures. There would have just been so many fucking pictures of me and my kids. Me and our kids. And I really fucking hope in our next lifetime we don't have the asshole and the bitch in our fucking lives to distract us and keep us away from each other for fucking so many years. I hope we meet each other early on and we start the life we always could have had and have all of the babies. I would have like 10 of Raymond's kids because I know he would be there for them. And like, not being able to have Ray's kid now, dude, it sucks. Because Ray is a man whose lineage deserves to be carried on. Dyer honestly doesn't deserve any of it. The Mendez last name, what the fuck does it mean? Doesn't mean shit. Doesn't mean shit. I wish all my kids had been Furiouses. It would have changed everything. So yeah. I've cried about it. And Raymond has cried about it. Because he knows as much as those kids love him and as much as they call him dad, like, that's not his blood. And they, as long as he's alive, they'll love him. And that's fine. I'm not asking my kids not to love their dad. I'm asking my dad to love his kids more. Because there's a man who wishes that they were his, that would do anything for them. And that has done everything for them. He's just such an incredibly kind and loving human, and I am so thankful he is mine. Because you know what? I could be like some of these people out in the world that get with dudes that don't give a fuck about their kids, that rape their fucking daughters, that fucking choke out their fucking sons, that like, do you guys see the fucking news? Do you guys see these fucking stupid ass bitch moms that leave their fucking newborn, 6-month-old, 7-month-old, 8-year-old, 10-year-old fucking with these dudes that they fuck? And these dudes either fucking violate them in a sexual fucking manner, or fucking end up killing them, or leaving them with brain damage, or fucking something. Like, that's not what I wanted. And when I started dating, I didn't even tell people I was a fucking mother that I didn't know. I was trying to date someone completely out of the scene, and someone that I had never met before. Or someone that I had never, like, yeah, pretty much I wanted to start my whole life over again. Like, I don't want them to know shit about me. I just wanted to present who I was at the time to them, and that's it. And you know what's hella dope? Is that after all of those dudes didn't work out, Raymond has known who I am. I grabbed his dick the first night I fucking met him. And that didn't turn him off or turn him away. And we stayed in contact after Dyer and I broke up the first time, because I was ready to fucking pursue him. But he was with some bitch at that time, and I'm not there to cross boundaries. But stayed on my radar. And then when the time came, when the indefinite timing of our relationships came to a collapse, and an indefinite end, we fucking found each other. And now we're with each other forever. And us not living together is just a minor fucking hiccup in our fucking, like, dude, this is it. Once I get a fucking real fucking job out here, not the shit that I fucking do on the side, but like a steady fucking income and a fucking paycheck every fucking 2 weeks to fucking like $2,800 a month, or $2,800 every 2 weeks, then I will be happy. And then I will be content. Ray will be up here. We will be a family again. And we can live our fucking lives like we fucking want to. Dude, Ava fucking says all the time that she wishes we could live back in the apartments again. And I'm like, no, Ava. And I'm like, they're too small. I'm like, it was too small. I'm like, the house is better. And she's like, yeah, she's like, but we were all there together. And I'm like, because kids don't think about the material shit, right? Like, sure, they love when they get shit, and they love when, you know, we take them places and we spend money on them and they pick things out and they get what they want and all of these things. But like, our house is 1,200 square feet. And it has a front yard and a backyard. Our apartment was 900 square feet. But we were all living in that house together. So Ava would rather live in a smaller house, a smaller apartment with all of us together, than live in a bigger house and have us live separately. Which obviously wasn't the goal. The goal was to have all of us live together. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't happen that way. And it makes me feel sad for her because she has a lot of pressure from her dad's side. And that's what gives my daughter hell of anxiety. I don't make my kids call Ray dad. They started calling him dad. One day it just, you know when it slipped out for Killian. And we were at the movie. It was the first time we had all went to the movies together, right? I think that weekend we went on like a train ride. I don't know. I can't remember exactly what weekend it was, but I remember we were at the movie theater, and Ray was walking, and Ava and Killian were little, like little. Like Ava was 3. She was about to turn 4, and Killian was had just turned 5, I think. And they were walking, and Ray was in the middle, and they wanted to hold his hands. I have the picture actually, and they wanted to hold his hands, and they wanted popcorn. And Killian said, "Oh hey, he was like popcorn." He was like, "Oh hey, Dad," and then he looked at him and he was like, "Oh sorry." And he was just like, he was like, "Hey Ray," he's like, "Can we get some popcorn?" And I was like, Killian, like, if you want to call him Dad, you can. And Ray kind of like looked at me, because like, honestly, I don't know if he was comfortable with it, but it looked like he was. And I think it was more kind of like a shock, like, did he just say that? Did that just happen? Because when Ray and I used to talk on the phone, we used to duo, and we used to just talk all the time, right? And so the kids would always see him. He was always just this guy on the screen to them. So when he met them, they were just like, "It's Raymond!" Like, he loved them, and they loved him too. And then that was the first time Killian had called him Dad. And then Ava, I don't know, she still calls him Dad. She'll be like, Dad, and fucking Daddy, and all of these things, and Poppy, and she just calls him hella names. Hella, all the names you could call a dad, she calls him. And it's just the cutest fucking thing, because he loves it, and she loves it, and fucking, he has nicknames for her, you know what I mean? We have things that we came up with, and like, he just loves them. He wants them to be healthy. He wants them to do good in school. He wants them to be well mannered and behaved, and he wants them to have fun and to be kids. And that's a big list, but these are all of the things. And I gotta marry him, because he is all of the things. He is everything. He's big dick energy all the way around, folks. Like, yesterday, like, we have one of our friends right now, her father just passed away, and it's one of Ray's best friends. And he was like, well, let me take you out, let me take you out to eat and all of these things, and let's go hang out and let's smoke. And they did all of those things. Here, hold on. Wait, I'm gonna back up. No, you can come back. Yeah, I have to. Sorry, my grandpa just pulled up, and there's a fucking truck parked in his spot, so I had to move so he can park here. No, he doesn't have to walk all far. My grandpa, the best driver, still loves to drive. So yeah. I'm just really thankful that Raymond was the guy who entered my life. He didn't waste any of my time. Yes, you're welcome. That was my grandpa. I love him. And he's walking me down the aisle. My fucking grandma yesterday, we're talking about my fucking wedding, right? And she was just like, well, we'll see what happens in 2 years. I'm like, what the hell do you mean, grandma? She's just like, thank you, grandfather. She's like, well, you never know what can happen in 2 years. And I'm like, yeah, I don't think so. And I'm like, who do you think's gonna walk me down the aisle? I'm like, grandpa's gonna be there. Because she was like, your wedding's gonna be expensive, Krystal. And I'm like, I know this. Like, I know it's gonna be expensive. I know. We can plan and we can save. Because if we can save $17,000 every 6 months, which is totally possible because I've done it before, on unemployment income, by the way, it was quite the struggle, but not with unemployment income, and with like a real income, the struggle will not be there. And right now, Ray's just working like an average ass job because he can transfer from there to up here, and that's gonna be helpful on our application. Because it's like, well, where do you work at, and what do you do? It's like, well, I got a job transfer, I can work up here. I could say I just graduated, I got a job transfer too. Here's my fucking, whatchamacallit? What the fuck is it called? Here's my offer letter, like, let us move in. So, yeah, what time is it? I have an interview at 9:30. So yeah, so we could do it, and I'm gonna do it, and that's just it, right? We all make sacrifices. We all make sacrifices, and that's what it is. So that's what's up, and that's what's going on in my life. And to just vent and get it all out today, because dude, like, I don't know why my ex makes it so difficult. And I told him, I was like, dude, I won't even ask you for child support if you just give them to me. Like, seriously, you can go live your fucking little life. You can just raise Presley. He's already 15. You know what I mean? Like, do whatever you fucking want with him. Because I, like, asked him... He and I have been out on one fucking dinner date in, like, 2 years. And I'm like, well, hey, why don't you come with us to the tide pools? Because I'm taking the kids out there this weekend. Because I love nature. And it's beautiful. It's going to be a fucking super nice weekend. And he just doesn't respond. And I'm like, Presley, you're like 6 foot. Like, why don't you play basketball? Why don't you try to be a football player? Why don't you do something? You know what I mean? No response. And it's like, I know he is not comfortable with where he's at. Fuck, I'm not comfortable with where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I just know I'm a fat bitch. Like, that's just it. I just know, and I accept it, and that's fine. But man, I just wish there was a better relationship with that. But since Terry wants to take full responsibility for him, he could just do that. Then he could live his life. See, okay, here's my theory. If something were to happen to his sister, he would be like, you keep them, right? Because his sister does everything. If something happens to his mom, then he gets money, and he would just keep them just fucking because now he can pay someone to watch them. I don't know, regardless of where he's at in his life, if his sister and his mom aren't there for him, he is nowhere in life. So, that's just what it is. mean, for as much as he was fucking doing his little fucking audio visual AV fucking technician guy, he could have had a nice fucking place for him and the fucking kids. But again, that's not his fucking priority. And all I want for my kids is a nice place to live and fucking things they fucking want and the space they need and for them to be in fucking extracurricular activities. What is going on? Why is this guy on my lawn? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Oh yeah, but I had an interview yesterday, and I always think it goes really well, right? But I like the job. I'm glad I looked it up beforehand too, because I could do everything that it wants me to, and then it also says that it offers, oh dude, you guys, this here, I see him walking with the backpack all the time, right? Do you know what's in that backpack? Let's see if I can zoom in. In my fucking car wash today. In that backpack, there is one of three things. Is it a bird? Is it a three-legged fucking tiny fucking dog? Is it a fucking little ferret? Ferrets are illegal in California, but some people have them, but you know, whatever. No, it's actually a bird. He carries his fucking parrot in his backpack everywhere he goes. And I think it's so funny. Because he always walks with it like straight up on this side and then like on the side on the other. And I'm like, sir, all you gotta do is put it up this way and like tighten it and then you're good. And I'm like, that bird is probably just like it's really funny. But yeah, oh yeah, so interview went well. They offer a what is it called? They offer a commuter benefit, right? So I'm thinking they might just pay my fast track or my bridge toll every day, which would just be phenomenal. Because that shit is just, it's literally, what is it, $7? Is it $7 now? Is it $7? $35 a week just to get to work, you know what I'm saying? But when I worked at Stanford, if you became a full-time permanent associate, they pay for your shit too. So that is dope. Because that shit, it's like you gotta pay for gas to get there, and then you gotta pay fucking to drive across the bridge to get there. And I didn't want to really have to drive across the bridge again, but honestly, like, this law firm is a corporate law firm, and which is great, dude, because I'm applying for corporate law firms, and that's because that's where I want to be. Like, 2 to 5 years as a corporate paralegal. I fucking say this all the time, you guys, because I am manifesting this. Like, in 5 years, I will be making $200,000 a year minimum. The end. Why? Because I have to send my kids to fucking college. I'm not their fucking dad doesn't even want to fucking spend $20 fucking on their fucking Kaiser appointment fucking fee fucking copay, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's not gonna pay for their braces. He's not gonna pay for anything. So I'm gonna have to do this all out of pocket. Killian has a fucking tooth right next to his front one that's going up over his fucking shit. I'm like, great, they're gonna have to fucking either pull that out or pull it fucking down, and he has a fucking gap and all of this shit, and it's like, he doesn't care, right? He doesn't care. He had fucking braces, his sister had fucking braces. Why he fucking thinks our kids don't need fucking braces is fucking beyond me. But I'm not counting on that. You think he's gonna send him to college? No. So I am anticipating that he fucking, what is it? I'm anticipating that he does nothing for them in their future. I don't anticipate him on buying them a car or anything, right? And if my kids are doing good in school, and if my kids are going to school and going to college full time, and if they're taking college fucking prep classes in high school, and they want to work, they can get a car. If they have all fucking A's in fucking high school and they want to fucking get a job or fucking drive themselves to college, they can have a car. They don't have to worry about putting gas in it or paying for fucking the insurance or anything, because I want to be that mom. I want to be that mom that's like, hey, you're doing excellent and you're doing all the fucking shit you need to be doing. This is why it pays to be a kid, right? Because never in your life again are you going to have someone do the shit that I'm doing for you. Why? Because I'm your mom. You're not going to have, unless you have a great fucking partner and spouse that's like, here, let me buy you a car. Don't worry about the payments. I'm buying you a car, so it's not any of your monthly expenses. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, well, shit. Dope. That's fucking tight. But, like, never in life are you going to get these things handed to you. And you get them handed to you because you're a fucking kid. You know what I mean? You're a kid and your only focus right now is to go to school and to get educated and to be ready for fucking the world. If they want to have fucking get a job so they can fucking go on trips with their friends, or fucking, you know, if their tuition is not or it's more than fucking, I don't know, that's not even gonna be a problem for them. No, they're gonna work if they want to have fun money. I worked at 15 years old taking care of 3 little fucking kids, fucking because I was living at my fucking aunt and uncle's house and fucking had to support myself because they were fucking poor. They weren't supporting me. They weren't taking care of me. I was just another fucking mouth to feed. You know what I mean? So I paid for all my fucking shit. And that was it. Other kids have fucking summer jobs so they could buy their fucking Jordans that their moms didn't want to buy, or the 5th pair of Jordans that fucking they wanted in the school year, and all of these fucking things. And you know, that was fine and dandy and all, but that that was not me. I did not have it easy like that. I didn't get it easy like that until I was like 17. Because then my grandparents came back from Texas and I lived with them, and just started my life. I was still young enough to be able to ask for money as long as I cleaned the house, and that was fine. Today I'm going to wash. I think I want to color my hair. I think I'm going to do that today. I don't know, but I really want to do my roots too. But some people just have fucking dark roots. Probably look like a Billie Eilish look. It's like, hey, guess what? I didn't color my roots black. My hair is just naturally black because I am a dark goddess of love witch, bitch. I just don't know, you guys. I do know. Oh yeah, so at the end of the interview, the guy was like, well, don't be surprised if you get a phone call for a second interview. And I'm like, that'd be great. The starting is $28 an hour. And I'm like, I can work with that. And if you guys want to pay for my fucking bridge toll, even better. You know what I'm saying? Even fucking better. So I'm very open to this job. It's in Palo Alto, which is fucking not far from my house at all. It's literally a hop, skip, and a jump over a bridge. So that's fine. And I am here for it. I am here for it. My life, you guys. I worked really hard to get to where I am today. And if I would have won my move away order, my life would have been fantastic in LA. With my beautiful house and all of our amazing friends and all of these things. It's going to be like that up here too. Because I forget I have friends up here. But we hung out with one of them recently. And we can do that again. And it should be a good time. that episode of Black Mirror that I watched. And when I watched it, I immediately thought of Raymond. And then I was like, Raymond, babe, you need to watch this episode. And then he watched it, and then he texted me. We beat the game. He got it. He got it. We've had all of these distractions and things for years. And now we have each other. And it's the best. My phone's at 5% bitches, and it just went black on me, so thanks for listening to me rant. Thanks for hearing what I have to say. And like I said, if no one ever hears this, this is always for me. And Krystal, you are so fucking lucky to have Raymond in your life, and for him to love you the way he loves you, and for him to just be your fucking Prince Charming and everything you've ever wanted, your knight in shining armor, your fucking heroic being, your manly man, your doer, your go-getter, your fucking equal, your everything. He is all of that. And the bonus is he loves our kids. And he just wants to see them be successful and happy. We have the same dreams, we have the same end goal. We just want to travel the world together. That's all, folks. I'm gonna call him. Love you guys.